I'm Bill Dawson, Franklin Park Conservatory educator, and doing a little distance learning today from my garden. And it's really the time now to start seeds indoors. Some of your warm season crops, tomatoes, peppers, things like that. So we're starting those about 6 to 8 weeks before they're to be planted outside. And you can always look at the seed packet, and that's going to give you all the information. So we're planning ahead. We're going to plant these now outside because it's such a nice day, but they'll be growing inside for the next 6 to 8 weeks before planting outside. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got these great kits. This is a windowsill greenhouse. This is a flat tray with no holes in it, so I can use that for bottom watering, and I can also use it when I fill my tray if I spill any, which I'm sure to. So I'm just filling those, and it looks like I've got way too much in there, but I don't think so. We're going to press it in, and each one we're going to give it a good press in. I want a lip at the edge of that pot, so when I do water, eventually that it won't run out the top. So just give it a little space there. So today actually I'm going to wait to plant these inside, but it's going to be the same technique. It's windy out here, those small seeds will blow away. I'm going with a bigger seed, and I'm going to start my luffa gourds. I grow luffa gourds every year, and not for so much for food, but for a household product. And the luffa gourd, this is what it'll end up looking like. You hear those seeds in there. They're ready to plant, but I've taken these and I'm soaking them in water overnight. It has a really hard seed coat, but this is what I'm going to get out of that luffa gourd. It's a sponge. It's the sponge gourd, and that gourd, it does take a lot of space. The vine can run 40 to 60 feet, so I grow mine on a chain link fence, and if I plant a few plants, I'll get 30 or 40 gourds out of it and have these sponges in the fall. So those seeds, basically I'm going to take, I've been soaking them overnight. It's got a really hard seed coat, so sometimes you either nick the seed coat or soak them. Now I'm going to plant 2 in each container, pressing them down into the soil. And why am I planting 2? Well, I don't know if one of them is going to come up or not. It's a thing called germination and germination rates. So we put 2 in each one, so we know that if they both come up, we can always thin out the one that's, less healthy. You pick the best one and then trim the weaker one off with scissors, so you don't disturb the roots of the healthy one. Continue growing that indoors. So with these, I planted them out. This kit comes with everything. There's some fertilizer, there's some seed tags, and I'm going to put a little water in the bottom of this. Again, this one doesn't have holes in it. Enough in there to get this soil wet for the very first time. That'll soak up through this peat moss pot and take the soil, all of that will get wet. If I took that water and poured it over the top, it would disturb all those seeds I just planted, probably push them out. So it's a really easy process. You would do the same for your tomatoes, your peppers, your eggplant. Again, 6 to 8 weeks before they're to be set outside. You grow them indoors, and it can be a little tricky with light inside. If you just put them in a windowsill, they're going to want to grow towards that light. So you're trying to give them some diffused light, turning them possibly if you need to. This one actually comes with a lid as well. So what you're doing is you're making a little greenhouse, and that will help with the humidity. Once those are wet, they'll stay wet for a long time. You just make sure they stay evenly moist. When those come up, you thin them out to 1 plant per pot, and then continue to grow those for about 6 to 8 weeks. After all danger of frost, take them outside, let them harden off for a day or 2, get a little wind, get strong, acclimated to the temperatures, and then you're going to plant them in the garden. And so from my garden to yours, this is Bill Dawson, Franklin Park Conservatory. See you next time.